Hey, this is Brian Kurtz with PremierRealEstateInvesting.com. Hey, this is the second part in our video series entitled Funding Fundamentals, where we're going to be talking about how you can use the 7 different methods that are available today, regardless of the credit crisis or the mortgage meltdown, in order to fund all of your real estate investment properties. Today we're going to be talking about conventional financing. Now, people throw that term around all the time, conventional financing. A lot of people don't even know what that means. They just hear conventional financing, jumbo financing, super jumbo financing, FHA, VA, and all these different terms. But usually they think, hey, conventional financing is conventional, right? It's just like the normal, the run-of-the-mill, the average financing. Well, that's not what that means. Conventional financing, that term means that it conforms to the conventional standards of Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. So it conforms to the institutional underlying underwriting guidelines of those two major financial secondary market institutions. So those secondary market institutions, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, they institute these guidelines and these standards, and they can change them whenever they want, pretty much. They can change them whenever they want. So the beautiful part about this type of financing is that it's pretty much limitless. I mean, it's like, you know, the well goes very, very deep. And, you know, I mean, you hear in the press, you know, Fannie Mae has all these problems, blah, blah, blah. You know, they don't have enough money. That you should have such problems. You know, you should wish that you have the kind of problems that they do, where executives are getting tens of millions of dollars in bonuses every year. You know, that's terrible problems to have. So let me tell you, that particular form of financing, conventional financing, is not going away anytime soon. The federal government will not allow Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac to fail because they are the cornerstone of the real estate market as a whole. And the government's not going to let the entire U.S. economy go into a landslide because the housing market is going to be destroyed. So they're going to be around for a long time, and they call the shots where conventional financing rules are to be concerned. So here's the general idea. Loan companies, whether it's a bank, a mortgage broker, a credit union, it doesn't matter, they can loan money. They take their own money and they loan it out. Now, as long as they loan it on these houses, and that the loans and the way they put it together conforms to the standards that Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac have set up, then that means that the loan is available to be sold on the secondary market to Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac. They will buy the loan because it adheres to their standards and guidelines. So, you know, the bank, you know, let's say it's, you know, XYZ Credit Union, will go ahead and make, you know, 10 loans to people in their community, and then once they have 10, you know, a lot of their cash is tapped out. You know, it might be $200,000 a house times 10 is $2 million, and that's a lot of money to put out there. So they need to get the $2 million back. I mean, they already made a little bit of money on fees, and they need to get that money back. So what they'll do is they'll go ahead and take that bundle of loans, all 10 of them, and they'll sell them to Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac. And because of the way that those two institutions are set up, they just constantly buying them. Like, they're like hungry monster institutions, and they're just like, oh yeah, you 2 million there, yeah, give me that. Yeah, 20 million there, yeah, give me that. 40 million there, yeah, give me that. And they're just constantly buying those up. Well, here's the thing. Back a few years ago, they were making it very, very easy to get financing. So 5% down, 100% down, you know, financing, no money down, financing on investment properties was pretty much the norm. Things have completely changed now. And there's all kinds of roadblocks in effect when it comes to getting financing that is conventional now, because Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac are saying, hey, these are our new rules. We don't really want to be loaning in this particular environment unless it's to really special people that we really like. So here's all the new rules, and you got to play by our rules. And you really do have to play by their rules. So they have all this money sitting by. It's like this giant lake of money, but you're not allowed to sip from it unless you match up to their special criteria, which is why it's really not that great of a resource right now. It's a whole bunch of money, but if you can't get access to it, it doesn't really matter to you, does it? So here's the thing. Conventional financing is great in this way, in that pretty much it's unlimited. The bad side of it, the cons are that, A, you got to put a lot of money down now. Rules are changed. They want 20% down, 25%, sometimes 30% down before they'll be able to approve a loan, and that's when you're purchasing. So that can take cash out of people's pockets really quick. Like if you're buying a house for $100,000 and you got to drop $30,000 in cash just to buy it, that kind of sucks. And furthermore, you can't get that cash back out for at least a year because that's their new rule. Hey, you buy a house, you put money down, and you buy it, you can't refinance it with a conventional loan for at least 12 months. So your money is stuck in there for 12 months. That sucks because you probably are going to be wanting to say, hey, the next 3 years are going to be great times to buy properties. I want to buy 20 or 30 in the next 3 years. That's 10 a year. And the numbers just don't match up. You know, if you got so much money and you got to wait to you buy, then you got to wait a year to get it out, and then you can buy another one and wait a year to get it out, and buy another one, wait a year to get it out. It doesn't really match up. The other problem is Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac are currently have this guideline that says you can only have 4 mortgages out in your name. So if you're married, you can have 4. Wifey can have 4. That's all good to go as long as you qualify for them. But for the most part, people are getting strapped and stuck with 4 property limit problem. And there are workarounds to that, but just not in the conventional side of things. That's why we have these other financing programs. But let's just wrap this up and say that Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac conventional loans are great. They have a place still today using my secret system that I'm going to be talking to you about further on down the line in this series. But my secret way of going ahead and playing by the rules, but very, very cleverly exploiting a loophole to be able to use Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac financing without actually putting any money down. So like I said, we'll talk about that later. As of right now, just know, lots of money there, yeehaw, you can't really get access to it for your purposes for the most part. So don't consider it to be the cornerstone or the bedrock of your investing business. That is why we have 6 more funding sources for you. Stick around, tune in for the next episode, and we'll be talking next time about hard money.